Welcome to podcast number 16. In today's podcast, we are starting a series on one thing you can do in your life to improve your health and even increase your chances of living a long, healthy, and well life. In today's episode, we are starting in a very simple corner of our lives, which is with our sleep. Did you know that having ineffective sleep, non-restful sleep, and erratic episodes of rest can deeply affect your health now and into the long run? Let's get into more about why it is important and what we can just simply do to improve our lives.
Hey, this is Dr. Monique Adu, a pediatrician turned homeschool mom and keeper of my home. Welcome to my podcast, Sustainable Living for the Family, Health, and Home. In this podcast, we are going to be talking about all things sustainability and always striving to live our best in terms of the life-giving practices that we can do to build longevity and to fulfill our purpose in life. We are going to be talking about things concerning our family, home, gardening, homeschooling, health, nutrition, and so much more. I'm so glad you're here.
All of us need to rest. No matter what age we are, no matter what shape of health we're in, rest has been made by the Father to greatly improve our lives and give our bodies the needed rejuvenation period that it takes to bring health, renew our cells, and to help us to feel energetic and to be able to carry out the tasks that we all need to accomplish in our individual lives. Lack of sleep leads to multiple health problems. Studies have shown in many ways that those that lack sleep are at an increased risk for health issues, including high blood pressure, heart disease, mental disorders, stressful lives, inflammatory conditions, and even cancers. A lack of sleep really damages the way that our bodies react to our environment, and it prevents us from healing cells that need to be healed in the time that it needs. It prevents us from moving through that restful period, that time even of fasting that allows for our body when we are sleeping to renew ourselves. Did you know that when we sleep, we are actually in a period and a state of fasting, an intermittent fasting? And fasting has been shown to greatly improve the health of those that move through that process. So essentially, all of us get a health boost every night when we sleep and allow our guts to rest and rejuvenate themselves. Even our microbiome is in need of a state of rest, and it can do that through that state of fasting when we are sleeping so that it can improve its colonies, it can sweep out the areas of inflammation, it can trigger hormonal signals in our brain, it can trigger anti-inflammatory chemical messengers, and so much more to deep clean our systems while we are sleeping and to renew our cells. It is so very important. Sleep is the time when many of these cellular renewal processes are taking place. So when we deprive ourselves of sleep by staying up and doing all the things that we should normally be doing in the daytime, we are greatly decreasing our health and honestly affecting our long-term longevity, even in ways that we hadn't even known. Did you know also that a lack of sleep is the cause of multiple incidents or accidents on the road? Many times it can be seen that accidents may happen when people fall asleep transiently at the wheel, leading to a state of literally unconsciousness, not being aware of what's happening, leading to accidents on the road. So, even just that factor, if you're a driver, or honestly, if you're just on the road and your family members are on the road at times throughout the day, throughout the week, it's so important to encourage others and institute better sleep for yourself so that you are a safe driver on the road, and so that others may also have improved safety just by simply getting more sleep. Now, many people have different viewpoints on what optimal sleep amounts are. On average, though, it has been studied that for about the hours of 7 to 8, about 7 to 8 hours is an optimal time. Now, it also varies depending upon our age, but for adults, it has been shown that we should be getting at least 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep. And restful sleep, what does that mean? Not having all the lights on, no TV in the bedroom, honestly. Take it out. Do not have any distractors in your room that will trigger your mind to feel like it's still in daytime mode. Turn down the lights, remove the TV, remove the devices, leave the phone alone, put that phone away from you. Honestly, it's even safer to do that so that you can avoid any exposures while you are trying to rejuvenate and get restful sleep. Remove any distractors from your bedroom that will trigger your mind to feel like it's still in daytime mode. It's so important. Serotonin is released once we are in the proper setting, when the lights are dim, and serotonin is an important chemical messenger in our body for immune health, mental health, cellular renewal, and so much more. In order to have the proper release of this, set up your bedroom, set up the bedroom of your family and your children in such a way that they can have undisturbed, restful sleep for that length of time, at least 7 to 8 hours for adults. And for children, they can even extend into the 8 to 10 hour mark. It's all dependent upon the age. But focusing on adults right now, we're needing to have at least that 7 to 8 or as close as possible. Make sure that you and your family are receiving these optimal amounts of sleep. I know it can be difficult because as a busy mother, sometimes I am personally awake doing things around the house, grading papers, setting up a schedule, and all these things. But it would be better to set these things up during the day and honestly leave the things where they are until the following day when your mind is renewed and refreshed, so that you are not dampening your ability to get that restful sleep that you so need. Honestly, this lack of sleep and working all throughout the night is detrimental to our health. As I mentioned before, those that lack sleep are at increased risk for multiple medical problems. We are literally bringing stress, illness, disorder, and unbalance to our lives when we don't get appropriate sleep. For those that are having to work the night shifts and irregular hours, honestly, it would be best to find a way to have a more regular pattern of work shift so that your body will not be adversely affected over the long term. It has been shown that nighttime workers, those that have irregular, erratic shift times, are at increased risk for health issues. Now, sometimes we just got to see what we can do to make a workaround so that, yes, we are providing for ourselves and family, but we're also providing into our future health bank. It would not be worth it to be working all this time, working and working, only not to be able to even enjoy or be around for ourselves and for our family because we have health issues coming from the stress and the issues that come from being up so much and having irregular amounts of rest in our lives. It is so very important to do what we can in the day and set a time when we will finish our work. We have set everything down. And honestly, as my mother used to say, leave all the rest to the Father. Sometimes we are awake because we are just worrying and mulling over and going over the same things. That is not honestly being at peace or trusting in the Father as much as we could for some of us, not all, but some of us are mulling over issues or concerns that we have, and we're not giving it to the Father to take care of it. We are not resting in Him as much as we could. We keep on going over the same things. Set yourself a time where you will stop doing your work, put all the devices down, leave the TV alone. That can also be another issue. Spending so much time with media, devices, and so forth that we are cutting into our well needed sleep time and going to bed late into the wee hours of the morning. So set up yourself a specific time that you're going to stop working. For example, you can stop your working at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then get yourself ready for bed and set for the evening. Move back into what you need to do the following day when your brain is well rested and your body has had time to rejuvenate itself and really release those healing chemical signals that will increase our health and improve our lifespan. Make sure you are doing all you can to have rejuvenating and restful sleep for yourself and your family. It can literally mean the difference between living a long and healthy life versus a shortened and unhealthy one. As always, do all you can to be more and more sustainable. And until next time, be blessed. Join me in the next in this series of one thing you can do to improve your health and live a longer life. I'll see you then.
Thank you so much for listening and joining me in on this podcast. Please leave a review below so that others can hear about a podcast that you have found value in and enjoy. You can follow me on my website at www.drmoniqueadu.com as well as my YouTube channel, Sustainable Living for Family, Health, and Home.